Listen to me very carefully, podcaster. Your podcast having a professional intro on each and every episode is imperative. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you a hack on being able to create your podcast intro and make it sound like a pro today. I'm Sebastian Rusk, and I help people start a podcast. If you've ever thought, wow, I wish I could just push a button and poof, my podcast intro will be done. Well, I've got a solution for you. That's right. It's called the Anchor app. Anchor.fm on your browser, or you can look in the App Store under Anchor. Just like it sounds, it's a purple icon. Go ahead and download that app or create an account online. Make sure your mic is connected to your laptop. And once you've created an Anchor account, you can then go in and create a podcast with Anchor. Part of creating a podcast with Anchor means you're creating a podcast intro. They help you create your album art. They help you put together your name, the description, and part of that is an actual intro for your show. So within their user panel, or within the app, you have the ability to record an episode, to record an intro, and then you have the option to actually save that file to your desktop or to your phone. So first thing you want to do, download the Anchor app, set up an Anchor account, and create a podcast show. They'll walk you through step by step each part of the process on what it takes to actually set up the Anchor account and then actually create a podcast under your Anchor account. It is the easiest podcast launch solution on the planet. I cannot emphasize this more. This is why Spotify bought them last year for $1 bazillion. Okay, maybe not $1 bazillion, but a good chunk of change. Why? Because the platform, the technology is unbelievable. Imagine being able to create a podcast, record a podcast, edit a podcast, publish a podcast, promote a podcast, market a podcast, and monetize a podcast, all under one podcasting umbrella called Anchor.fm. But this video is about your podcast intro and a hack to be able to not only record your podcast intro, but actually create it. So to be able to put background music behind it and transitions, etc. You're going to be able to do that with the Anchor app or with the Anchor desktop application, because you can plug in your USB mic to your computer and then record it right from there. Now, once you've created your Anchor account, created a podcast in your Anchor account and recorded the intro, you're going to want to save that file. And there is an option to be able to do that once you've recorded it on Anchor. Once you save that file, boom, your intro is done. Now, I highly recommend just sticking around on the Anchor platform to record your podcast and publish it too, because while everything's all within that specific interface and dashboard right there. So why not? You don't want to go record somewhere and then have to drag it into Anchor. Like, you can record, publish, produce, edit, put ads on your podcast, all within that platform. So I highly recommend doing that. So right now, I want you to take out your phone and pull up the Anchor app and download it, or go to Anchor.fm on your browser, sign up for an Anchor account, and get in there. Start messing around with how everything works. Record that intro. Record a podcast episode. Hey, launch a podcast. But for demonstration purposes of this video, once you've set up your Anchor account, go in, record your intro, save that file, and that is one less thing you're going to need to do in your podcast launch journey. Well, I hope you're leaving this video with at least one or two things that you didn't know about downloading the Anchor app and utilizing it as a hack to be able to record your podcast intro or your actual podcast show and launch it while you're in there. But for podcast intro purposes, downloading the Anchor app, setting up an account, creating a podcast, and recording your intro, and then saving that file, is a great streamlined way to be able to record your podcast intro and get you sounding like a pro. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. This way you'll get nifty updates as new videos become available. And if this video was useful to you, share it with people that you share content with, friends, family, neighbors, whatever the case may be. I sure do appreciate it. Any questions about a podcast intro or Anchor, feel free to drop those right below in the comments. I do respond to each and every one of you lovely people. I'm Sebastian Rusk, signing off from the Podcast Launch Lab Studio. We'll see you next time.